This content is intended for non-tanking audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome back to Detroit Lions Syndicate. You already know what we do on this channel, but if you are new, we talk all things about the Detroit Lions. So consider subscribing. Help us get to 6,500 by the end of this month. The Detroit Lions are coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Buffalo Bills in a game that we could have won, even though no one gave us a chance, with poor clock management, a bad throw by Jared Goff, and a lot of other factors as to why we weren't able to seal the deal. The Detroit Lions fall to 4-7. But they're not out of the playoff race yet. Now, if you are new to this channel, I am not an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist. And one of the things that keeps me going through the season is hoping for my team to get to the playoffs, watching my team play and make it to the playoffs. The only time I stop talking about the playoffs is when we're mathematically eliminated. Last year, the Detroit Lions were 1-10-1, and they still had a chance to make the playoffs. There was more of a chance of you getting struck by lightning twice than the Detroit Lions making the playoffs in 2021. But things are a bit different this year. The entire NFL is a parity, and the NFC especially. Right now, every team, even the 3-8 Chicago Bears, are still alive in the playoff hunt. Now, currently, the Detroit Lions sit 10th in the NFC, and they're just a few spots out, a few games out from the 6-4 Seattle Seahawks. So there is an opportunity that they can do it. And every year, what I like to do is I like to use the ESPN NFL playoff machine. It drops week 11 that Wednesday every single year. I've been doing this forever, since 2018. But for the first time on this channel, I'm going to show you how that can be done. Now, we're not going to jump into specifics because it's basically a simulator. You got to keep going and go through all these scenarios. Sometimes you could be sitting there for an hour trying to make a scenario that your team make the playoffs. But I went over one. And I said last week that even at 8-9, the Detroit Lions can make the playoffs. But right now, we have 7 losses. And I'm going to show you that realistically, to make it easier on us, we have to pretty much control our destiny. We can afford one more loss to really, really solidify that we're in the playoffs. But a couple things have to go our way. But 8-9, more has to go our way. The Detroit Lions have 6 games left. They have 3 at home and 3 on the road. The next 2 home games are against the Jacksonville Jaguars, coming back from the break on December 4th. Hopefully we'll see Jameson Williams. And then we host the Minnesota Vikings. Now, we owe the Minnesota Vikings. The past 3 games have been nail-biters, pretty much walk-offs. We dominated game 1. We lost that. Last year, we lost by a walk-off field goal in U.S. Bank Stadium. We beat them with a walk-off touchdown in Ford Field. So I feel like we owe the Minnesota Vikings. We then go back to MetLife Stadium and play the New York Jets. And here's how our season ends. We play the Carolina Panthers on the road. We come back home and play the Chicago Bears at home for our last home game of the season. And then we end in early January at Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers. So 6 games left, 3 at home, 3 on the road. So now that you know our opponents and what's left and what's at stake, let's warp over to the ESPN playoff machine, and let me show you how I came up with this. Okay, I'm sorry you guys can't see it any better than this. If I blow it up anymore, it's going to cut off and you won't be able to see the entire picture. But you can see now, week 12, these games are already over, so they're locked. You can't move them. And I came up with the record of the Detroit Lions being 9-8. Now, I'm sure there's an 8-9 scenario I could do again. I just didn't feel like going through it. I'll take it 1 week at a time. So what we'll do is we'll do this one, and then after the Detroit Lions game, when they come back against Jacksonville, we'll go over it again based on the outcomes of those games. Now, my schedule release season prediction, I had the Lions at 4-7, and then here's where it got good. At this point in the season, they were 4-7. So obviously they lost to the Buffalo Bills in week 12. Week 13, now you can pause these if you want to kind of break them down and see how I came up with this. Basically, we lose 1 game. All of this, I had to simulate, obviously. None of the AFC stuff matters unless they're playing an NFC opponent. But you can pause this in week 13. But I have us beating the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's a game I had us winning anyway. Jacksonville is not any better than we thought they were. Now, when it comes to week 14, I have us beating the Minnesota Vikings. They're playing very well, but I think we owe them, and I think we're going to come out and play them tough. And the last 3 games, like I said, have gone down to pretty much the wire. And I think we're going to get that win at home. And then we go to week 15, where the Detroit Lions will go and play the New York Jets. Again, another game I already had us winning. When it comes to week 16, I think we can beat the Carolina Panthers. They don't have any quarterback. They keep on flip-flopping. Now it's Sam Darnold. He's going to get that start. Then week 17, I have us beating the Bears, okay? And then week 18, I had the Green Bay Packers winning that game. Now, obviously, if we flip-flop it, we still don't move out of the 7th seed. I'm telling you right now, we're not going any higher than 5th or than 6th. It's going to be 6 or 7, most likely 7. So this is based off my prediction. I had us losing. Of course, if we win more games or these change up just a little bit, then things will change. So that's how I came up. Again, you can pause these if you want to kind of break them down. There are all types of scenarios. I picked these based on how I think the season is going to play out. This is exactly where I had us when we did our schedule release prediction. I had us at 9-8. Now, if you're not familiar with this, I do this every year. This is my 5th or 6th year doing this. It's just the first time I've been doing it on this channel. So pause the video, go back and look at each week. Tell me how you think things can go, and we'll go from there. But just wanted to, everybody that wants to hold out hope and wants to hope for something more than just a 7-win season or something like that, this content is for you, because the team is not done yet, not at all. So that is my week 12 edition of how the Detroit Lions can make the playoffs. So there you go. That's how the Detroit Lions can make the playoffs, week 12 edition. Now, again, all of this stuff can change. This is just a scenario that I chose, letting you guys know that at the current standing right now, there is a way for the Detroit Lions to get into playoffs. Now, I decided to make this video today as opposed to waiting until after the official NFL week is over, because I think it's not going to change that much. Had the Lions won yesterday, they could have only gone up to the 9th seed. So it's not too much different. We do need a lot of teams to still lose, but we have to take care of our business no matter what the Cardinals and Packers and them guys do. So it's not going to change too much after the outcome of this weekend's games. So that's why I decided to get it out a little earlier. In addition to that, yesterday's loss was suffocating. Like, it was tough. It was deflating. And I wanted to kind of bring some life back into it, because for even myself, I got to hold out hope. Taylor Deckert said today that this is not the same old explicative Lions. So he's tired of hearing it too. He's ready to win. The whole team is ready to win. And I think that we get back on track against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not to overlook them, but I think we do have enough firepower to beat them. And Jameson Williams should be getting his start or his debut. So it should be cool to see. And I think we're going to beat this team. I really do. So let me know in the comments below, which fan are you? Are you the fan you just want to see the team win 7 games? Or are you the fan like me? Even if we get bounced out the first round, that's enough for me, because we are ahead of schedule. And winning 6 games is what the media had us. We haven't won 7 since Matt Patricia or Jim Caldwell was fired. So winning 7 would be cool, but making the playoffs would be great. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. My name is Derek. This is Detroit Lions Syndicate. I hope everyone is enjoying their Black Friday, getting all the deals you can. Pick your boy up something too. Send it to the P.O. box. Now, I'm just playing. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. It ain't over yet. And this team still got a lot of fight in them. And as always, go Lions.